Christine Bertram, and I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. It is June 28th. It's Friday, the last Friday of June, and we had a great class last night. We did the Full of Life cards, and I think I still have a few left in case you catch that live, or I should say the replay over the weekend. Reach out to me if you're interested in kits. I took time for the last hour that I thought I would be live. I took time and I talked to about 5 people, you guys, catching up on things that needed to get caught up on and verified and confirmed and chatting, and it was all stuff that I've been not getting done. And so, in my head, I think to myself, you need to be staying up on the correspondence and being with people. So things like an extra live sometimes get pushed a little bit. So I'm happy to be here though with you guys. We're going to go over the scavenger hunt, or also known as the Discover Bee Quest. And we're going to get right into it. So I see Sandy's here and Mary's here, Donna Grushki's here, Debbie Gass. Hi, Karen West and Karen. Oh, I saw your text about the orange paper, and I went to go through my phone to find where I took pictures of it, and I didn't take pictures of it. And so I gotta go upstairs, and I won't be able to do it till this afternoon now, to take pictures of how to cut the paper. So it's on my radar though, it's up here. Hi, Susan Bellamy. All right, so I'm gonna read off some names. These are people who I received their Discover Bee Quest from. So if your name is not called and you turned it into me, please reach out to me and send it to me. It's okay. It's not too late to get in on it if you had done it and already sent it to me once and I just maybe didn't print it. But Christina Bernards, Michelle Cinto, Jean Maxwell, Lori Baxter, Karen Cotton, Judy Sharp, Susan Bellamy, Nedra Dover, and Kathy Beamer. I had 9 people, so I numbered them all 1 through 9, and we're going to give away a few prizes for people for completing it, not even just for correctness. We did this one a little bit differently. We actually didn't grade them. We wrote on the backside here. The backside says, where's the backside? It says, thank you for taking time to complete the Discover Bee Quest. Please keep a copy for yourself. You will check your own answers during the YouTube live or replay. And then there will be prizes. We changed that up this year because the last time we did the scavenger hunt, we had about 25 or 30, and Chris Udrinky spent a couple hours grading them. And we thought, well, we're going to have you guys grade your own. And what I want to do is go through the answers. And for those 9 people, or if there is anybody that I missed, what I would do is you should come back to me and tell me how many you had correct. And give me your grade, basically. All right. And then what I'm going to do is log those people from the 9 people. I will email them specifically and say, hey, please also let me know what your number that you have corrected, so that they may not be seeing this video. So I want to make sure that the 9 people, or if there's more, am I the only one freezing? Maybe, because I'm not freezing. Yay. I'm so happy I'm not freezing. And actually, in terms of temperature, I'm wearing a short sleeve too, and I'm not freezing in my hive. So these 9 people, or potentially more if I miss anybody, I'm going to send them a direct email to their inbox saying, hey guys, I did the scavenger hunt quest, the Discover Bee review. Please grade yours based off of this video. I'll share the link with them, and I will ask them for their number of points that they had correct. And then I will also award a prize to the top person, whoever got number 1, but we're going to do random prizes as well. Hi, Maria Gilbertson. She's freezing as well. So I hope not. All right. So this is based off of the 2024 to 25 annual catalog and website, Discover Bee Quest. There's a new format for the catalog. There was a new format for the Discover Bee Quest to kind of mess around with you guys, I guess you could say. And so the general consensus I'm hearing, and this is somebody's words, but I won't say who it is, but I think this is how most of you are feeling. While the scavenger hunt was so helpful to get familiar with the new catalog, I found so much frustration with the new format. No pages, and this is the format of the catalog, no page numbers, no pages with punches, standalone dies, and this person has written a Stampin' Up! About my disappointments. Now, this scavenger hunt isn't to bash the catalog. The scavenger hunt is not to air our grievances like Seinfeld. We're not airing of the grievances today. We're going through the answers on the scavenger hunt. So if you guys have anything negative or positive to say about the catalog, send them to Stampin' Up. They need to hear what you have to say about the catalog. And I know that they read everything. And I still have those bullet points of the listing of things that my team and I came up with. And a lot of my gals have sent that. And I encourage you, if you want your voice to be heard, you need to tell them. And so, but again, please, let's keep the comments about the catalog out, because otherwise you're going to get me going. And I have an appointment at noon. So I'm pushing things to the end, the moment here that there's no moments for that. Hi, Joy Moody. All right, so let's flip the camera down. I am going to look at different ones of these, because you guys, I have an answer key here, and I feel like it was an answer key from before we changed things around, maybe. So I'm going to look at this. So we broke the Discover Bee Quest into different categories. Catalog, so new format information. We meant for this to be helpful, to help you get more comfortable and familiar with the new annual catalog, because it was a little bit of a change. We're hoping that you found useful information. And in the catalog, we're saying to use the table of contents. And on the website, experiment with filters under the menu. So under the catalog layout, so we have layout, where is it? On the back side, we have inspiration and details, okay? So I'm gonna be using the people who submitted their answers for walking through this. And I'll use the catalog, and I'll be pulling my phone. So the first section is catalog layout. What are the 4 major sections of the catalog? They are listed, and we gave you guys lots of hints. So I have to just stop for a moment and just say a big shout out to Luann Bartling. She spent countless hours creating this Scavenger Discover Bee Quest for you guys. She helped me with the one in January as well. She didn't get anything for it. She offered her time to help me with it because she saw how busy I had gotten over the last couple of years with doing the scavenger hunt myself. And so I need to give her a round of applause. So please, in the comments, please shout out to Luann Bartling. Thank you for helping us to continue doing this fun exercise. So I couldn't have done this without her. So, and she was willing and able to help me, and I appreciate that. So, all right. And she tried to make this fun for you guys. So it's like homework. I get it. It's like a paper. It's like getting graded on a test here. So what are the 4 major sections of the catalog? They are listed in the table of contents. Okay, so let's go find the table of contents. And here they are. And it says, briefly describe what each section is for. So we have step-by-step crafting. And it has here like instructions to create quick paper crafts. And it kind of says that right there. There's quick and easy options. And it says, discover new crafting ideas using a variety of projects. So it's like the little paragraph underneath. Creativity your way. That section is to craft something new, starting from scratch. And then there's the index. Very small print product search. Okay. So if you got all 4 of those, you would get a point. If you got 2 of them or less than 4 of them, you can give yourself a half a point. Catalog. Find the sweet collections, and then it had blank spots for the pages. And if you go into the catalog a little bit, you can see the sweets start on page 34 and they end on page 55. And actually it would be, yep, it is 55 right here. So 34 to 55. The bundles are on pages 57. And they go to 73 right here. And then returning products start on 74 and they go to page 80. So if you got all of them correct, give yourself a point. And if you got less than that, then just give yourself a half a point. So what we could do is 1 and 1 there. So, all right, so that's the catalog layout. Now, where is it? Returning products. There are some items that have appeared in a previous catalog and have not been retired. Though they are not included, hi Marsha Long, they are not included in the new catalog. Where have they been relocated to? So that is the little thing that has been a little bit of a hiccup for a lot of us demonstrators too, when we're trying to use products for our classes. Like if they're not in the catalog, where are they? And you got to search the online store. So the answer for that one is, where were they relocated to? And it's the online store. So a lot of people had the online store, online exclusives. That's fine. So give yourself, that would be worth a half a point. Name a returning product found here that you can't live without. And it's so funny. This is Christina Bernard's. She put painted textures, embossing folder, and that is exactly what I would think. It would be my favorite returning thing. So let me get out of here. I'm going to go to the stampinup.com here, and where you find these online exclusives when you're searching in here. If you guys don't know this, oh man, hurry up. Work with me. My little blue bar is coming. Okay. Under shop products, there's a whole section for online exclusives. This is where you would find the products that are no longer in the catalog. They moved over to the online store. And what we're talking about is a returning product from a previous catalog that is in here. So now you're going to get everything in here, not just returning products, but you would see a whole, you guys change your filter. I hate that it only brings up 30 things. You can filter, and I believe there used to be, on my computer, it lets me toggle between 90 and 60 or 30, I think. Let me see if it's at the bottom. Nope, it's not there, but this is where you would toggle over on the pages. There used to be sort, nope, filter. I wonder if the number that it's when you're on a phone versus a tablet or a computer, it does look different, but you can toggle and have the number of products change. So, but painted textures, I'll show you guys. This is my favorite returning. You guys, you'll probably think, gosh, this girl uses painted textures all the time. It's because it gives a little bit of subtle embossing to a project. So painted textures would have been my favorite returning product because it was in last year's annual catalog and now it's not in this catalog. So that's one question. If you did both of them and you got them answered, you'd give yourself a point. Where in the catalog can you find a list of all the DSPs featured in the catalog? Well, so this was sad. A lot of people had a little hard time, and I personally too. They don't have all the pictures, right? But they do have them listed on page 140 in the index. When you go to paper and packaging, designer series paper, they're all listed here. They're indented a bit, and those are the ones that are considered designer series paper. And so it says, what, page 140, the index. And then on the website, you can view all the paper options, including more DSPs and specialty papers. So what Luann wants you to do is get comfortable with, if you're not seeing everything in the catalog, it's, yes, I know we're not always wanting to go to technology to look up things, but what she said to do is to start with the menu and shop products. So this is the menu, and then you click on shop products. And then now she's wanting you to figure out, well, how do you get to the specialty papers? So you'd go under paper and packaging, and then you would go under patterned paper, and that's where you would see all your designer series paper. Or if you wanted, let me see if it's gonna let me go back. Nope, we'll start over. Shop products, paper and packaging, or specialty paper. So she's got paper and packaging, and it's pattern paper or specialty paper. And then she's got name one or two of your favorite papers found only on the website, not in the catalog. So that's where you would need to kind of understand, well, which ones are in the catalog or not in the catalog. And it doesn't, like this tartan foil is one, the 3-color glimmer is one, these I think all are in the catalog. So then you would go to shop products, paper and packaging, pattern paper. There's one in here that I love as well, and Christina has it on here as well. It's called the zinnias. And so we have that class coming up soon. The flowering zinnias, the cafe latte or a little latte, those are two that are only in the online store. Not, oh, Traditions of St. Nick as well. So what Christina put on here is her favorites were flowering zinnias and tartan foil. So if you answered all that, you could give yourself a point. If you had one thing missing, you can give yourself a half a point. Okay, so she was trying to show you how you can find things in the website. Okay, back to the catalog. Where are the year's new In Color Family 6x6 DSP assortments found? What page number? So she's got page number. The page number is 98. 98, and it's so hard to see these because they're blue. 42. All right, in the patterns, there's 4 different patterns, and it lists them here in subtles, regals, neutrals, brights, the In Color families. So page 98 is the answer. So not sure about this question, you can turn to page 133 in last year's annual catalog. So we're trying to help you, because this is really not obvious, but she's saying you can turn to last year's annual catalog and you can see them here. This is how they had them displayed from the last catalog, which is easy to see. This is what people are missing, is the spread of the designer paper, seeing the paper like that. Okay, so then it has not sure you can turn, okay, where would you look to view a better photo of these papers? Basically online. And it's the online store. And I think a lot of people put that online. Yeah, the online store. So it would have to be the online store and page 98. Give yourself a point. Okay, background stamps. Where are they located in the catalog? They are on page 90. So there's a few of them here. They have a block listed here. The F block is there. And so that's the first part of this question is page 90. Okay, on the website, name your favorite background stamp that is not found in the catalog. So, hi, Judy Sharp. Oh, you just got in from the barn. Hi, Sarah Mitchell. All right, so now what you would want to do is go to Shop Products, and you would go to Stamps. I'm trying to see where we would have stamps, punches, scratch, stamps, stamps, stamp tools, stamps all, occasion, season. So you could stamp, or you could click on stamps all, and what would happen though is you'd have to filter through to see them. My thought is, what if you typed background in the search? So that little magnifying glass is a search. It's like for searching, and like when we do mystery night, and we're searching to make a card. But I typed background, okay? So here we have the leaf collection, drizzling droplets, graceful deer, sketched plaid, the fragrant botanical, so now we're also getting non-background stamps. So we have the doggone friendly and the watercolor world. So that doggone, these are here. So what does that leave? That left for our detectives, drizzling droplets. So I have here, a lot of people answered drizzling droplets. If you answered anything, so like I know Jean Maxwell, you put timber. I think timber is actually an embossing folder and not a background stamp. So the answer, I think, was drizzling droplets. And so if you got both of those right, give yourself a point, and otherwise a half a point. The Stamp and Storage Solutions have a new upgraded presentation in the catalog. This is nice. These items are shining in all their glory. Where can you find them? So the answer for this one is pages 94 and 95. So she's got 2 dashes there because it's 2 pages. Now, interesting, there are a few non-storage items located on these pages. Name these 3 items. And she's got 1 and then the first letter of the 4 words, and it is take your pick tool. So TYPT was take your pick tool. You also have uninked Stampin' Spots, and grid paper was on here. You also had cases. There's bone folder. There was a snips. And so I think a lot of people answered with that. Blending brushes was also another one that you had on the grid paper stamp cases. Take your pick tool. So anything that was not relating to the storage could be filled in for those. So if you got all of it, give yourself a point. If you got partial, give yourself a half point. Okay, there are many layout changes in the new catalog. List any 3 that you'd like. We're finding the good things, right? The positive things. So on page 22, this is Christina's answer. So page 22, she liked this. I did too, you guys. The card designs here. She says basic card designs on page 22. This is a new edition. And these layouts down here are great. If you are having some inspiration block, you could come down here and be like, oh, I like that layout. Let's make that one. Okay. So the card layouts. She also had here having suite collections on facing pages. So these suite collections on the facing pages. So like having the suite collection, like the pictures and then the suite, and having them all back to back all together. I liked that too. Okay. I like having all the suites together. Otherwise, I always had to tab my book, which is fine. I don't mind tabbing my book, but this way I know they're in the middle. And then Encore, having all the returning products grouped together in the Encore section. So that's what Christina had. Michelle had the larger images of DSP, magnified images of the embellishments in the suites. So what does that mean? This is that, magnified embellishments. And the suites are all together, right? That one was what we decided to. The color wheel, okay. The color wheel was on page 65. That was what somebody said they really liked. Let's not 65. Hang on, did I read that wrong? Color wheel with highlights, page 65. Who is this? Jean. The color wheel. So where was the color wheel? Let me think. Is it going to be in the index? I know was it back by, there, the color wheel, page 132. This was something that was new to this catalog, and having the color groupings together, and that was nice. The suites are all located together. The unbundled stamps are with their dies. The index includes more than stamps. That is very true. The index didn't always have everything. The color wheel and the Encore. Just trying to read what other people wrote. So this was as long as you answered 3 things, you get a point. So it's up to you to decide if you answered 3 things. Okay, like bread needs butter, a finished card needs a blank, an envelope. When I first read this, when she handed it to me, I don't even think I got it. But after we talked about it, I'm like, duh. I'm like, yeah, okay, an envelope. Okay, that makes sense. Good. So where are these living? And then in parentheses, she put hiding in the catalog, right? And so we broke it down that she's got some letters with words that she wants you to fill in. So BW was basic white. And she wanted you to find that they're on page 107, right? Way up here hiding in the corner, basic white. Nobody puts baby in the corner, but they put the basic white envelopes in the corner, you guys. All right, page 107. Now, the count though, like it doesn't have a count. They used to have a count. They have the price, $11. But how do you know what the count is? Well, you could go back and look in last year's catalog, which was fine. You could do that. No problem there if you guys did that. But you could also go to the online store and let's put in basic white. No, let's put in envelopes. If you search the word envelopes and you hit go, you got basic white envelopes right here. And in the description, when you show me more, it has 40 envelopes. So, okay, so that's how you would know that the count was 40. Okay, then there's C for clear envelopes. Those are hiding on page 122. I think they bamboozled a bunch of people that they didn't realize that the vanilla envelopes went away. And this is page 102. And here, clear envelopes. Let's see here, page 1. Let's see, that's what, oh, here, clear medium on page 122. I'm even looking for yeah, here they are. Clear medium envelopes. They're underneath the section with the shake it up. Shake it up, like Taylor Swift would say, shake it up. All right, page 122. What's the count? Again, it's not there. The price is there, $7.50. But when you go here, you guys, if you have them, you would know by looking at the product yourself, or you could go to last year's catalog and look, or clear envelopes. Again, go down to show me more, 50 envelopes. All right, now locate these online. Experiment with the search bar versus the menu drop down. What is the difference? All right, so the search bar up here is what we're referring to as a search bar, where it says search, and it's like a bar across it with a magnifying glass. And so she's saying, that's what I just did. I just typed words in to get them. I typed clear, or you could type envelope. And again, typing envelope brings up the clear envelopes, the white ones, the note cards, the brushed gold ones, some memories and more, the little basic white assorted, and then more. There's more envelopes, right? When I typed clear, it brought up clear blocks as well. And then it said to go through the menu drop down. So when you go to the menu drop down, you click shop products. And then it would be under paper. Wait, bundled, this is a die cutting, embellishments, embossing, paper, oh, down here. Paper and packaging, cards and envelopes. And then we get cards and envelopes. And it says, now, what is the difference? So what Christina wrote here is it's more clicks needed to find them through the menu drop down, whereas just typing the words, it shows them a lot faster. So like if you didn't answer that part of it, you wouldn't get the half a point. If you answered it all, like all of this, you got it right, give yourself a point. If you missed any part of it, give yourself a half a point. And I feel that there was search bar brings up envelope. Like the answer would have to be more along the lines as that it takes longer to search for it going through the menu drop down because it's more clicks versus typing it and then searching that way. Okay, then we have, there is a new basic cardstock color on the block. And it was introduced in this annual catalog. What is the color? It is the basic beige. And you would find that way back at the end here. They have the paper at page 139, basic beige. And it is item number 164511 for $11.50. And how many sheets do you get? And it's like, well, what is it? So nothing when it's listed. So vanilla and white say 40 sheets, but nothing for black or beige or anything else have numbers. So traditionally it's always been 24 for the count, but it's not referenced here. So if you didn't know, what you would have to do is come here to the store. You can type in the item number since you already had it from looking here. And then underneath the show me more, it says 24 sheets. So I guess it is safe to assume that these two are 40, then everything else that's referenced on the color pages here would be 24 sheets, and that is correct. So, but not in the catalog. So she had to look it up. Right, so that's what Christina wrote, it's not in the catalog. So if you got all of those right, give yourself a point. If you missed it and put 40 or 20, like for the sheet count, I noticed some people had 40 and 20, then just give yourself a half a point. Okay, so far, so good, so good. Standalone dies, where can you find a full section of dies that are not paired with a stamp set? Okay, where can you find them? There's not really a section in the, let's just see here. I'm gonna flip all of these over. So we're gonna be like that. So online, I was gonna say the website, the website. Maybe we put the website. That is the answer. So you would find them on the website. There's not really a section in here that has just standalone dies. And standalone dies, we mean it doesn't have a matching stamp set to it. And that's offered for sale. And so and these are like your stylish shapes or your nested essential dies, or like something fancy wouldn't count because something fancy does have stamps that go with it. They don't stand alone. the cheese stands alone. So name one or two of your favorite standalone dies. So like Nested Essentials, Stylish Shapes, Gorgeous Garden, Deckled Circles. That would be right. And there's, I believe, Deckled Rectangles, the alphabet one, the mini alphabet. The Wanted to Say dies, as long as the stamp set is not available, that would be right. Radiating Stitch dies is another one. And then can you find one of the standalone dies in the catalog? And so Christina here found the Wanted to Say dies on page 55. And 55 is here. And this is what I'm wondering though. The Wanted to Say dies is on, 85. I couldn't read her number there. It's actually 85. 85. Right here, yes. Wanted to Say dies. They are here, shown piecemeal sometimes in the catalog, but not always like easy to see. Labeled with Love. Page 58. I don't know if Labeled with Love. So Labeled with Love would not be standalone dies because they have a stamp set that matches them. So I would say not to that one. And then Stylish Shapes is on page 123. So 123, they're referenced Stylish Shapes size right there. Yes, good job on that one. And so that was the mini alphabet is on page 105. So the gals went through and they found where they could find them. It was definitely a hunt, you guys. This over here, the mini alphabet dies. Those are standalone dies and they're piecemealed into the catalog. So if you did in essence find one, go like give yourself the point. Stylish Shapes, and we're at 122. Wanted to Say, Nested Essential dies, we're on 103. Okay, so 103 is, whoa, back here. Right there. So good deal. So if you got all of it right, give yourself a point. And if you got one wrong, then just give yourself a half a point. All right, now we get to the inspiration section. Hi, Carrie White. Hi, Gina Maxwell. Need some color inspiration. Where in the catalog can you find the color theory explained? All right, pages 132 to 133 right here. Boom, pretty color wheel. For those demonstrators, discount shoppers, hobbyists that were wanting this wheel that we got at Onstage, I believe Stampin' Up! Said they were going to make it available by the end of the year to demonstrators. I don't know more than that, except for stay tuned for more information. And then choose at least one color from the new In Color group. What is a new color combination you're excited to use using the color wheel? All right, so Christina picked Petunia Pop. And what you would do is, she said then you would use Fresh Freesia and Berry Burst with it. So over here, there is, so be a color explorer. What new color combinations would you try? So she put Petunia Pop, Fresh Freesia, and Berry Burst. These three together is what she chose. Another one I'll tell you, Pretty in Pink, Soft Seafoam, and Pool Party. Pretty in Pink, and Soft Seafoam, and Pool Party. And Pool Party was right here. So there, that's another one that you could put to combination together. So this is meant to help you get matching colors together. Which one of the four color theory color schemes is your combination? And so what she put is, for Christina, she put you guys words are hard, analogous. Analogous, this one. So you have monochromatic, complementary, triadic, and analogous. I guess you guys, words are hard for me sometimes. Like my tongue doesn't want to do what that needs to say. So, all right. Yeah, I hope you can relate. All right, so she had analogous. All right. So if you answered that and you got it all good, give yourself a point. And if you were missing anything, half a point. Need some card layout ideas. All right, this one's the fun one too. Page 22 is where you guys, we're back here to the card sketches. And says, how are these sketch icons used throughout the catalog? So some layouts have an icon next to them. So when you're looking at cards that are prepared and there's a little icon. I feel like chicken tonight. Nope, just kidding. There's a little icon, and it's next to right there. Like that one has an icon that shows a color wheel. So that one's using the color theory wheel. And then there's also an icon for when the sketch is used, and I might be going, just looking for when I can see a card sample with the icon for this guy back here. And maybe you guys might need to help me out what the icon looks like. I thought I would be able to easily see it. This is the one that stumped Debbie, huh? Well, hopefully it made sense. So I could have sworn that I could see like a little icon, and I've seen it in the book and I just don't know. There, right there's the icon. That shows you the card design. Okay, so some layouts have icons next to them, and that's what that's all about. So if you got both of those, you give yourself a point, and check out the crafting techniques section of the catalog. Choose your favorite technique. All right, so that was back here. I can't recall, we should have asked you for the page number, right? And then we would have had that easy to find. Celebrate the years. Card techniques. There was that shaker card. Step it up. Picture perfect. Double play. Stamp and shout. Oh man, I think I missed it. So watercolor was one of them. Let's crafting techniques. I wonder if that's in the index. I'm guessing it probably isn't. It's not a product. So here's me. This is, you guys, I don't have my, there's color theory. Here, flawless blending. Emboss like a boss. Terrific texture. And then masking. Shake it up. Shake, shake, shake it up. Moving, get moving. And watercolor techniques. These are different techniques that they're trying to share with you. So Christina picked watercolor. And for this technique, note something you want to try or share your personal favorite use of the selected technique. And she said she wants to try to use the pastels. These down here, the pastels. And so watercolor was picked, and then instead those like to use the pastels. Kathy Beamer said the exact same thing. Interesting. Good job, Kathy Beamer and Christina. They're on the same wavelength. Step it up and stamp it out. Like to add color to an outline stamp. So you guys, this was yours. Like, what did you like the best? So as long as you answered them both, you got a point. All right. Details, details. We have become accustomed to finding the information we need in the catalog. Now we need new methods. It's only change, and we either adapt or we don't adapt. I guess that's up to you. Using the camera on your phone to scan the QR codes in the catalog for each of the following categories. If you prefer, check the website to see what information you can find there. And I know how people feel about QR codes. I am one of them. I go to a restaurant and I refuse, me not wanting to change, look at me. I refuse to pull out my phone and use a QR code because I want paper. I'm a paper person. So you guys, I am on your page. I feel the pain. I get it. We're together in this. But for this one, we wanted to show you that it's okay to try it. Like, sometimes the person might be like, yep, we don't have paper. Like, you're going to have to pull your phone. And I say, Tyler, get your phone out. Pull up the menu. Let me look at it. I can't even find a QR code. I'm looking for a QR code, you guys. So, yes. Okay, here's a QR code. So, this was what you do for a QR code. And maybe page 227. Thank you for that, Debbie. Or 127. I appreciate that. So, how does a QR code work? So, that's a QR code, and I do have a QR code on my printable document. I'm getting with it. I understand that it's not, but it's change. It is what it is. So you click camera, and you put your camera. Hi guys, you can see me. Yay. Okay. So you put it down into the QR code. Hold still. Stay within 3 to 5 feet, or like that. And it should capture this. Oh, hang on. It's supposed to capture it. So stay within 3 to 5 feet of subject. Okay. Hang on, I'm just backing up. I don't think that really makes a difference. So that didn't work. Hang on. I'm picking a different one. Picking a different one. It should just pop up, you guys. And this is okay. It should be like this. It says stay within 3 to 5 feet of the subject, which is really odd. Really odd. Hang on. I'm going to start over. I'm going to close all my things, all the wares here, and just bring it up. There. Okay. Something was up with my camera. I don't know what it was, but I closed everything. All I did was close everything, went back into the camera, and now it caught it, right? It caught it, and it brings up a little, well, it did, and I didn't do it fast enough. So let's try this again. If it takes me 3 times, it might take you that many too. So hit camera. There it is. And it brings up this little guy right there. You got to tap that. It takes you to the Stampin' Up! Website. Thanks, Sandy Coy Emery. Don't forget the thumbs up. Takes you into the Stampin' Up! Website. So which one did I pick on here? I picked kits. So here it is. It brought up the kits collection directly into your phone. And so what this question is, use the camera on your phone to scan the QR codes in the catalog for each of the following categories. And if you prefer, you can check the website to see what information they have there and not use the QR codes. It's okay. So list the important information that can be found using the QR codes or the website. Indicate where you sourced your information. So again, this is up to you if you answer these correctly. Christina went with a QR code for the first 2. And on the QR code for Paper Pumpkin, oh man, Paper Pumpkin. Let's find the Paper Pumpkin. So Paper Pumpkin, it's on page 11. So let's go to page 11 really quick. And I'm going to see there's a QR code here for Paper Pumpkin. So let's try this again with the Paper Pumpkin. See, it came up right away. You click on the little link thing, it comes up, and now it's taking you to Paper Pumpkin. It's not a scam. I promise you, clicking on the QR codes in the catalog are not going to cause your phone any undue hardship. And then what it has here now is so it says, check the website to see what information you can find there. So she found the price, shipping information, and payment information, and creating an account. Not for nothing further info. So needed to explore more online. We'll need to explore more online. So that took you, so basically we wanted you to scan the QR code and have the exercise of finding the information via the QR code. So there's another one for hostess benefits. She used the QR code and it talked about joining the discount bonuses for May. So this, you guys, people did these in May or June because this wasn't due until June 8th. So it kind of rolled over, and it talked about the starter kit. And then there was a QR code for the starter kit, and it talked about you could check out what you get with your starter kit. So basically, the goal for this question was for you to use the QR code. And if you didn't want to use the website, but reference, like this one used the QR code. Here she used the QR code. But for this one, like she didn't put any benefits, right? So you would have to get a point. Like I think for this one, it's worth 3 points. If you listed where you got it from and you listed the things you found, you got a point for each one. If you listed where you looked for it, but didn't put any benefits, then I would say give yourself a half a point, right? So half a point if you said where you looked for it, but then it didn't put any benefits. So there's some people here, like QR code, QR code, QR code, and they listed everything. That's perfect. Give yourself 3 full points for that one. And then customer page, like as long as you reference where you looked for it and what you put, that's what matters. And then one of the next questions, so this one's worth 3 points. The next question was, there are 2 ways to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. What are they? The answers are monthly and prepaid. Okay, that's not changed. What are the Stampin' Rewards levels? And they are the 10, 12, 14, 16. Now, they're not referenced in the catalog right now, but they would be found by going to the Hostess Benefits QR code. Or they didn't change from last year, so you could look in last year's catalog too. But it was 10, 12, 14, 16%. And you get 50% off an item when your order is $450 or more. And then we have, what is the name of the angel policy? What is the name of the policy a demonstrator needs to consult to verify compliance with Stampin' Up! Policy? That has always been the case too. It's the angel policy. So if you're going to sell any of your work that uses Stampin' Up! Product, you should have it stamped on the back. And there is a stamp set in here, and I don't know exactly. If somebody's on their A game, they might respond really quickly what it is. There's a stamp set in here that has the Stampin' Up! Logo. And it says what needs to be included on the items for sale. It's the copyright Stampin' Up! So if anybody ever wants personalized stamps made, you have to just reach out to Kelly Lamb. She's the one that is on my team here, and she does the paper pumpkin videos. She makes the personalized stamps that says like handcrafted by, created by, made with love by, and she always puts the little C with the Stampin' Up! For copywriting. In case you do end up selling your cards, then that's on there. And right here it is, angel policy, stamped with love, and then this is what it is, that little C, Stampin' Up! And so we put that in here because that's good to know. And where can this item be found? Oh my goodness, right here. Within the stamp set, stamped with love. And it's on page 144, item number. So for that one, it's that stamp set is where you can find it. If you reference the item number, the page number, you're good to go. So I would say for this one, number 3, you would get a point. For number 2, if you got both right, half if you got only one. For number 3, you have to have it all to get a point, or if you got partial. Same with number 4, a point if you got all of them. And then where are the Stampin' Up! Shipping rates found? Oh man, okay, in the fine print here, way in the back. Inside the back of the catalog, it has a huge QR code. Oh, you're right, Jean Maxwell. The biggest one of them all. All right, look how fast that was. See, that's how it's supposed to be, right? And that takes you right to Stampin' Up! All right. I don't know what that's going to take me directly to, but it probably just takes me to the starting point of StampinUp.com. All right, so I'll let that, oh, there it is. Takes you right to shop products. Okay, good job, Gina. I didn't even, and it's purple. Like, how do I miss that? All right, where are the Stampin' Up! Shipping rates found? Hint, page 144, right there. And it says, go to StampinUp.com/shipping, and you will find where the current shipping rates are. And so they hate to print anything in a catalog and then it has to change partway through the catalog. And so, and what are the current shipping rates? And the answer would be $7.95 or 11%, whichever is greater. All right, so that's what kind of sucks. Don't you wish it would just be $7.95 regardless, and then less if it was a little bit less? So, not how it works though. So the shipping is $7.95. So if your order is $40, shipping is $7.95. If your order is $60, it's $7.95. If your order is $100, the shipping is $11. So it's $7.95 or 11%, whichever is greater. All right. So if you got that one right, then what you can do is give yourself a point. And we get down to the back end here. Now this is up to you. It's the survey. List 2 of your favorites for each of the following. And we were looking for new embellishments, new suites, new bundles, new embossing folders, new DSP, and new ribbons. And I'm just going to let my person know I'm going to be in 10 minutes late because we're a little bit late. We'll be 10 minutes late. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to text her really quick. I hate to keep her waiting. Okay, without her knowing. So, all right. So this is up to you. The main thing is that they have to be new. They can't be carryover. So for example, textured dots and dappled dots, definitely new. I think this could be worth, how many points? I don't know, should we do a point each? So that you at least have 2 new, you get a point. Mediterranean blooms, country woods are new sweets, so a point. Sketched butterflies, spotlight in nature is good for a point. Cute crochet, seaside wishes is good for a point. Country woods and Mediterranean blooms, good for a point. And petal pink and white, trim combo pack, and iridescent stripe trim, good for a point. So this back end survey one could be worth 6 points. If you only put 1 or you don't have something that's new, give yourself a half a point. Okay, that's a lot of point action, you guys. Page 144, yes. All right, awesome sauce. So we did make it through, going through everything. Let's talk about anything else that you guys want to. Well, I'm going to recount how many I have here. I think we had 9. I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. Okay, just kidding. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6 for Judy Sharp, 7 for Susan, Nedra was 8, and Kathy Beamer was 9. Christina was 1. So I'm going to pull out my random. That is music to my ears, and I will tell you why when you get here. Oh, great. We're on the same page, you guys. See you soon. Don't you love it when you're running late and the person that you're supposed to meet is also running late? I love it. Okay, so we're going to go to random number generator. So we talked about prizes. I can't have a prize for everybody. I'm not going to do a prize for everybody, but I am going to, there were 9 people, so I'm going to pick 3 people just randomly of the 9 that completed this. This was a lot of work to do this, and so I want to give away 3 prizes. And maybe if I hit a 4th one, I'll do a 4th one. But we'll give away prizes to people randomly just for doing this. It took a lot to just even get it done. And so that was incentive, hopefully enough, knowing that like I was going to put everybody in the pool for a drawing. I knew that from the beginning. And what I need from is basically Christina, Michelle, Jean, and Karen, and Lori, Judy Sharp, Susan Bellamy, Nedra Dover, and Kathy Beamer. The 9 of you, I have yours here. If there's anybody else that I missed, please forward me when you sent it to me or how you sent it to me so I know that you did do it on time by June 8th. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a little email out to everybody, my whole community. So if you don't get emails from me, make sure you go to cardsbychrisb.com and sign up to get emails from me. I'm going to take one of the original emails where I announced that this was starting. I'm going to take that email and forward it back and send it to the whole group and say, here's a copy of the replay for those that didn't know I was going live to, because I did do an impromptu. I knew it was going to be this morning. I just didn't know when. And I got lots of things kind of situated before I went live, which was great for me, but a little bit later on the back end. And what I'll do is forward that to everybody. And then from that, I'm going to email it specifically to the people that completed it and say, hey, when you have a moment, tell me what you had for the number of points correct. And whoever wins will get a prize. And if there are multiple people who tie for first place, I will do a random number generator. So how does that sound? I think that is my plan. So that's what we're going with. All right, so let's flip this down. And we are going to put 9 into here. 9 scoops. You missed the scoops story. I did it last night in class. All right, generate number 4. All right, 4 is Lori Baxter. Okay, so let me write that here, Lori Baxter, and I will have, you guys, I have a vault full of products of embellishments and ribbons and past stamp sets. Oh, I had to get generate. Number 9, Kathy Beamer, I think was number 9. Yay, Kathy. I think Kathy was actually the very first person to submit the completed form. Generate. Number 7. Number 7 is Susan Bellamy. Susan, I might just bring your prize in person on the, hopefully the 13th. For those that are my gals down in the Florida area, like Tampa, Punta Gorda, Spring Hill, Tampa, I don't know if I said Lakeland already. I know Susan's in Lakeland. And then also there is Fort Myers, you girls. I'm going to be down in Florida on the 12th. I fly in and I'm coming home on the 14th. The whole goal is to work with the team down there. We're working on designing the Wounded Warrior card project benefits. And we're going to have a gathering day on the 13th. So Susan, let Christine know, and anybody else that is part of the group. I'll be down there. We're going to find a spot near Tampa, like just north of Tampa, for all of us to get together. So I'm so excited. So mark your calendar. I'm officially announcing that. You should mark your calendar and make sure you get it marked on the calendar. So I don't know what we're planning or where we are going to go, but the day is set, okay? All right, so we're going to do one more for good measure so that we can say over half. Well, about half, because then there'll be a prize too for the first place. Did you manage to get your permit? I didn't. I'll talk about that in a moment. The third person to do it was Jean Maxwell. Okay. Not the third person to do it, but the number 3. I had numbered everybody before we start. So Jean Maxwell, it was number 3. So there we go. Okay, so speaking of the permit, I ran over to the city inspector's office and I took my paperwork and they're like, well, where's your drawing plan? I'm like, well, Mark Marion's doing the project. We're like, oh, Mark, he has it up here, but he needs to get it on paper. I'm like, oh, okay. So you guys want to see my building plan? Hang on, really quick. Oh. So when I did the addition, I went and got a professional drawing done. And so while I was with them yesterday, this is what they helped me draw up. And so this is what I get to hand into them. And so they're okay with this. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, so, yep, there's my building plan. So basically I have my craft room upstairs, right? Which is this room. You walk in right here and there's a wall here, right? So this is outside the house. But on the first level, I have a room. There's a first level room. And what we didn't have this idea 4 years ago to put a second story on. The idea was just to redo the siding, redo the windows, and re-roof it and keep it just one level. Well, Tyler came to me with the idea about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. He's like, would you like more space in your craft room? And I'm like, is that an option? He's like, well, call the city inspector and ask them. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I called and they're like, well, you can't go out, but you can go up. And I'm like, really? Well, that's all you need to tell me. And so above the stout, we call it the stout room, is because it's a wood burning fireplace in there. It's a 3 seasons room. We only go in there in the winter time, usually when we're having a fire and drinking stout beer, right? So we call it the stout room. And so what we're doing is we are going to be residing it and reflooring it, putting new windows in, and then building up. And then basically we're going to remove this wall and extend my craft room out. So I will get like about 10 by 10 more feet in my craft space upstairs, which at this point in my life, we need all the space we can to lay out things. We have about 70 feet of counter in here. And every day I feel like my mom says to me, aren't you happy you have this much space? When we were in my house, we were always working on the tables that we were sitting on for crafting and having classes, and we would have to pick things up, put things down, put things up, like just move them all over the place. Now we can leave stuff on the counters and just make sure the cats don't wreck anything. So yeah, so so now I just got off the phone with my builder. I talked to him. He was one of the people I needed to call, and we spent 15, 20 minutes on the phone. And so now I get to go back and see if I can get this approved now. So that is, and I had to take this little picture and I had to write all my notes down on like what the foundation is and the siding, the aluminum, and the 10 by 2 by 10 rafters, all that good stuff. That I am not a carpenter, but I'm so happy that he's one of my friends from high school. He quit his day job to become, he built this entire addition with the help of Tyler and a few other people. He basically can do anything. He can build anything. And so he's coming back to help me. We start the project on July 8th. And so there's a lot of going to be disruptions going on. You guys, you think that like I could just sit still for a moment. Like now that my foot is finally, you guys, I have a shoe on. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. I have 2 shoes on. I got 2 shoes on. So like I'm wearing the boot less and less and wearing my shoes more and more, and there's still pain. It still hurts, but it's manageable. And the only way that pain's going to go away is if I keep using my foot like I normally would be using my foot. It'll get better. So yeah. So isn't that like, that's pretty amazing. And yeah. All right. So we start that project July 8th. So next week, my goal next week, you guys, I'm going to start. Well, we already have August ink, paper, scissors design, but my goal for next week is to design the suite class and the monthly class and the Let's Just Stamp and the Stamp-a-Stack. 4 classes, getting them designed next week so that we're done with designing till probably mid-August. And then what we have is kitting, and we're going to set up everything. We're moving everything out of that craft room and putting it into the other room, and we're going to set up shop in my guest bedroom, which was full. So the first stage was to go through and sort things in there and figure out all the good stuff that needs to happen, right? So that's a little story of what's coming up in my life, you guys. So there is no rest for the weary here. It all just keeps flowing. And what's happening is all of a sudden I realized that for the Wounded Warrior card benefit, Sarah Douglas will be here. and I want to make sure all the things are buttoned up and everything's looking nice outside. And so we're trying to finish that project, and we don't have any grass on that side of the building here. Like, we have never gone back and did the landscaping, and it's all filled, it's covered with black tarp, like black plastic. And I'm like, Tyler, we need to get this. It's looking nice because we got a really huge event here. And so it's like, okay, let's get these projects done. And then, you know what? Then we can be done with them. And then we can go on with life. And hopefully next summer, things settle down and we can have a relaxing summer next year. Like, that's what I'm looking forward. So, but yeah, so thanks for asking for that, Sandy. I mean, I don't mind sharing. I love sharing. You guys can be part of the building. And that's what I did for 4 years ago with the project. I shared everything the whole way through with the project, and gave updates as we went, and that's how we got to be where we are now. So yay. All right, this will be awesome for the, let me see what you wrote here. It's covered up. This will be awesome for the, yes, yes, we need the space upstairs. So yes, I definitely agree, Karen. So Karen, I have an appointment now that I'm supposed to get to. It's for 2 hours, and then I'm going to run over to the city inspector's office. And then when I get back around 3:30 at the latest, reach out to me if you haven't seen the picture of the orange paper, okay? I just might need a little reminder. So, okay. Congratulations, you guys, to everybody who did the scavenger hunt. I have a hard time calling it the Discover Bee Quest. I am going to be doing a little survey somehow. I'm going to put a survey out there in my groups that I can do surveys on, of, do you like this format or do you want to go back to the original format? And then we'll see how that goes for the next one. And the new one, the next catalog is already coming out in September. So, and it's just almost July. So that'll be here before we know it. But yay, congratulations to Lori, Kathy, Susan, and Jean Maxwell. And then also for everybody that did it, please, I want your answers. How many you had correct? I'm going to use the honor system. If you tell me you had 20 right or 30 right or whatever the number is, I'm going to log it, and then we'll give a prize to the top place person, or we will do a tiebreaker. So yay. Or not a tiebreaker, but we'll do a random number generator. So, okay, didn't do too bad. It's exactly an hour. So if I would have been on time, I would be on time for my appointment. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to sign off. I don't know if I will have time to do, I have this box of swap cards is what I thought. If I had an hour, I was going to go through them, but I'm not going to commit myself to doing that this afternoon with not necessarily having enough time to get it done. So I might save that for next week, because you know what? There's a lot that we can do next week. We don't have to get it all done today. My mom would say, what doesn't get done today will be there for us tomorrow. And right? Rome wasn't built in one day. All right. Yay for shoes, right? Cabinets and countertops. Oh, we love our kind of countertops and cabinets. That is so true. All right, you guys, I'm going to sign off. Lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to all of you. Have a safe, enjoyable weekend. Do something fun, creative for yourself. Cook something, bake something, go for a walk. Just do something for yourself and think, this is for me. This is my time. So, and bring lots of sunshine and laughter and joy to other people's lives too. Spread my love if you can. So, all right, you guys, we'll sign off now. We'll see you later. Bye.